Every week someone asks me, Sam, is the Nashville real estate market heating up or is it cooling back down? And honestly, the headlines are very confusing. So today I'm breaking down the real data, prices, inventory, and market trends, and what I'm seeing boots on the ground here in Nashville. This video will give you a clear answer on where Nashville's real estate market is heading in 2026. When you think about buying or selling, what is your biggest fear right now? Is it prices rising, interest rates, or buyer competition? Drop it in the comments. I want to know what's holding you back. In the recent years, we have seen a major jump in new inventory within the Nashville real estate market. This is giving buyers a lot more options to choose from, especially compared to the COVID market where there was barely any inventory and it would move the day it hits the market with multiple offers. We have a massive amount of condo inventory, and it's not even accounting all the new development high-rise inventory that's going to be coming to the city. We currently have 5 new development high-rise towers in the works and breaking ground right now in the urban core of Nashville. Although in high-demand single-family neighborhoods like Belmead, 12 South, and Brentwood, those pockets of town are still staying tight with inventory and high in demand. Active listings are up 9.1% year over year in the greater Nashville area, while contract volume is down -4.5% year over year. Also, the Nashville median sales price is up 1.1%, a little under the national average of 3%. More inventory cools any kind of real estate market, but the buyer demand for Nashville specifically remains strong with all the people relocating here and what Nashville has to bring and offer people. We're seeing the most amount of volatility for price points anywhere from $300,000 all the way up to $650,000. And surprisingly, the $2+ million market is outperforming any price segment within our market. Nashville is an interesting beast just because it's made up of many micro pockets like 12 South, East Nashville. All those markets are definitely different compared to the greater bucket of the Nashville market. That's why you have to know your specific submarket you're wanting to enter into, because Sylvan Park can look completely different between Brentwood or Franklin, Tennessee. I've noticed that in Nashville, the right inventory that hits the market gets absorbed fast. But also on the coin flip, for the inventory that's overpriced, has bad marketing, and leaves a bad first impression for prospective buyers, sits on the market longer, and receives the most amount of price cuts. If you're wanting your home to sell and move quick within our market, you have to price a little bit under market value. And the reason why that is because there is so much inventory and competition for buyers to choose from. You also have to make sure that your marketing is on tip top and A-game shape, because just sticking a for sale sign in your yard is not gonna cut it anymore. And finally, we're currently not in the market where we're receiving 5+ multiple offers within a day. It has definitely cooled off and we're heading into a stabilized market. We have experienced a massive amount of forced appreciation, and so the market is starting to cool off and stabilize a little bit more. There's still a healthy amount of turnover and homes going under contract. What I can predict is that we're gonna slowly but steadily increase year over year instead of seeing massive increases like Wedgwood, Houston a few years ago, increasing 150%. I would also keep an eye on cities that are within Middle Tennessee, but just a little bit outside of Nashville, like Murfreesboro, Gallatin. All those neighborhoods and cities are growing very rapidly because people that have moved to Nashville, sometimes they want to get out of the city, so those are the cities that they are identifying and moving to. What I have to tell people time over time, and really digging and diving deep into the data, is that we are not going through a market crash. The headlines are lying to you. We are heading into a stabilized and normalized market, and I truly think that is good for the buyer and the seller. The idea that Nashville home prices are crashing drastically is false and a fad. That is just not what the data is showing, and our migration patterns show otherwise. By the way, if you do not know me, my name is Sam Gray. I'm a realtor here in Nashville, Tennessee. I help people relocate, invest, and find the neighborhood that truly fits their lifestyle. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a new video that we publish. And if you're watching on your TV, make sure to scan the QR code around me on the screen so you can connect with me directly. let's keep going. Nashville still ranks high for inbound migration. We are considered year over year a top 10 major city within the United States, and we are still averaging 135 people relocating to Nashville every single day. We're mainly experiencing our buyers relocating from California, West Coast states, also Illinois, Texas, New York, and Florida. Younger buyers, remote workers, and professionals are wanting to purchase within Nashville urban core. They're wanting to live and find neighborhoods that are within walking distance to all their entertainment options. People that are moving to Nashville definitely prioritize the walkability and proximity to all the fun things and entertainment that Nashville has to offer. With these factors, that definitely keeps our market warm. It incentivizes people to move to Nashville, and that definitely helps outpacing other normal markets. What I've noticed is that the relocation buyers do not follow the market fear and headlines. What they're following and needing is based on their personal needs when relocating here, and they compare their hometown market to what Nashville is today. Interest rates play a huge factor in people purchasing a home. That's one of the most common questions I consistently get is where are interest rates gonna go throughout this year? Are they gonna rise or plummet? My prediction on interest rates throughout 2026 is that we're also gonna see it stabilize. The previous 2 years, they have fluctuated all across the board, and that has brought buyers uncertainty, which rightfully so, but I think this year they're gonna hover anywhere between 5.75% to 6.25% on a 30-year conventional fixed mortgage. What we typically see is when rates slightly drop, that brings in buyers that are sitting on the sidelines from the market, and it definitely heats up the market for a short period of time. Last year, what I noticed is when rates were hovering around 7%, even though the interest rates were super high, buyers were still able to receive massive discounts because homes sat on the market for longer and had to price cut and able to move and sell. And finally, what I noticed is when rates tend to dip, the Nashville market all around and in every single neighborhood heats up. The analogy I like to compare this to is when rates slightly drop, this is just a match igniting the fire for buyers to hop into the market again. Based on what you've heard so far, do you think the market is warming up or is it cooling down? Let me know your thought and opinion and what you have been seeing in the comments below. It's hard to say if Nashville is truly heating up or cooling down, but this year will be definitely interesting, and I think we are heading in again to a stabilized market. More inventory correlates to a healthier market and more options for buyers to choose from. Prices are still holding steady here across the board. Buyer demand has always stayed strong and consistent, especially through this past decade of being here in Nashville. And interest rates are correlated to the temperature burner on the stove. The lower the rate, the more the buyers hop into the market, and the higher the rate, the less buyers hop out of the market. Nashville is not a boom or bust market anymore. You can compare all previous data and seeing where the market trends are heading to, and you can see that we are heading into a stabilized environment. For more Nashville market updates, buying guides, and new development news, make sure to check out one of these videos around me on the screen. Thanks for watching. I'm Sam Gray, and I will see you in the next one.